This is a First Warn Tri-Cities Severe Weather Alert. Here is Chief Forecaster Skylar Doyle.
First Warn Tri-Cities Severe Weather Alert. I'm First Warn Tri-Cities Chief Forecaster Skylar Doyle. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning that is now in effect. This warning is for a good part of Smith County in Virginia and western Tazewell County in Virginia. This does go until 11:45 a.m. this morning for some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. The potential is there as well for some P to potentially quarter-size hail within this storm. We're having some issues with our green screen that we're hopefully going to fix. All right, here we go. We should be good, I think. We're not. We're going to go without it for a moment here. We do have this thunderstorm here that we're going to turn on the nearest radar that's got some pretty gusty winds with it. The potential as well for some rotation within this storm. And I'm going to switch this to the storm relative velocity. Let's go here. And you can see there is some broad rotation near Maiden Springs, Tannersville. If I go to the rotation tracker and I get this to the current time, we're seeing the rotation there near Liberty. That is where we're tracking some rotation within this in western Tazewell County. So again, we are watching the potential for damaging thunderstorm wind gusts. And yes, in this storm, a brief tornado cannot be totally ruled out. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for Smith, Tazewell, Bland, and Wythe counties until 11:45 for this complex of storms diving off to the south and east out of from Tazewell County into Smith County, western parts of Wythe County, Virginia as well. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 11:45 a.m. So as this dives south, we're watching it closely for the Marion area, the Chilhowie area. Some of this line could clip far eastern Russell, far eastern Washington County as well. But again, we're watching it. These bright colors, that's indicative of the very strong wind gusts within this storm. Winds within this storm could be from around 60 to 65 miles an hour, especially right in here. And we do have a little bit of rotation within this thunderstorm that we're watching very closely. So again here, as I look at a radar here, we're again seeing that rotation, just looking at some other radar sources. Again, it has broadened out. A couple scans ago, it was really, really tight. It's broadened out. Again, the storm, kind of rotation-wise, has been cycling. Let's go back to the radar. This is that severe thunderstorm warning that we're talking about until 11:45 a.m. for this area here in the yellow polygon. So again, watching these closely as they push south and east. This is a severe thunderstorm warning. This is for Tazewell County, into Smith County, western Wythe, western Bland County as well. And as we go to our velocity imagery, possibly, we're still seeing those strong winds. We should get a new velocity scan in a moment. This is round 1 of 2 of storm potential. This, we do have some more storms between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. this afternoon. As the cold front moves in, those storms could be severe as well, with potential for damaging winds, some hail, and a brief tornado there. Let's see if I can see our rotation tracker, if it will load and go to the newest scan. And you can see we have a little bit of rotation here near Liberty, Rock House, Maiden Spring, White Store, Puckett Store, where that kind of red is starting to show up. It's faint, but it is starting to show up. That is where we have some weak rotation within this storm. The rotation is broad and weak right now. A tornado is not imminent within this thunderstorm, but strong, damaging straight-line winds are potentially imminent in the Tannersville, Broadford, Maiden Spring area here within this thunderstorm, pushing from southern Tazewell County into northern Smith County, Ridgedale, Broadford, Riverside, Chatham Hill, Asbury's, Gross Close Store. These areas here as this storm line pushes from north to south, could have some rotation within them. But the main threat is damaging straight line winds and heavy rainfall. Again, the rotation within this is weak at this time. But again, this is kind of the complex we're watching. The severe thunderstorm warning for Smith and Tazewell counties does go until 11:45 this morning. We're going to stay with this because this is a fairly strong storm. And until this weekend, we're sticking with the storm here live on the air. So let's go to our velocity imagery. Again, we're still waiting that new velocity scan. It'll be sweeping across here in just a minute. But where we see these bright blues, that's very strong thunderstorm wind gust. Radar estimated wind gust of 60 to potentially 70 miles an hour here up in the atmosphere. And some of those winds with this storm can be mixed down to the surface. So we'll be watching them closely for the potential of a little bit of severe winds within this. Again, there is some weak rotation within it. We're watching it closely here as this radar sweep comes around. We will see here it's slowly but surely making its way around as we look from the radar in Blacksburg. And that will be looked at here. And see, there's that new radar scan. There is still some weak rotation within it. Let me zoom down in here. This looks like mainly straight line winds. They've also issued a flood advisory for Tazewell County as well. See, this rotation is very messy, very broad as well. But again, we're watching it. It's pretty weak for right now. As I pull up the shear tracker, we'll see if that's updated, and that red has kind of went away. That's good, but we're still watching some very weak shear and rotation within it. But the main threat within this right now is damaging straight line winds. We had some pretty tight rotation about 10 minutes ago. They issued a severe thunderstorm warning, and now we're looking at mainly straight line damaging winds, but these winds could still be in excess of 60 to 70 miles an hour. The new flood advisory for Tazewell County goes until p.m. So again, a flood advisory for parts of Tazewell County. This includes Tazewell, just east of Richlands, up toward Jewel Ridge, for the potential of some minor flood concerns. But right now, we're really concerned about these damaging winds on the Smith-Tazewell County line. Some of these wind signatures are coming down a little bit, but we're looking at potential from the National Weather Service saying 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and radar is indicating 60-mile-an-hour winds within this thunderstorm. So here in northern Smith County, Tannersville to Broadford, here, State Route 42 there, that's where we're going to be watching these severe storms come down into. Eventually they will reach I-81 and reach the Marion area as we get a little closer to time. But again, the strong storm's already down into Smith County here, and this is kind of bowing out down through here, and that is where we could have some strong winds. And you see we got a little cell developing on the front end of it, so we will also be watching that very closely as well. As we go to the velocity imagery, this is where we're at right now. Let's turn on just the alerts, and let's zoom out and give a DMA view for everyone watching here. Let me hit this, and this should zoom us out. And right now, that's the only warning on the board right now. Our counties are outlined here. That for the our counties that we cover here at First Warning Tri-Cities outlined. The only warning that we have on the board is this warning over here for Smith and Tazewell counties, and it goes until 11:45 a.m. for the potential of some 60-mile-an-hour winds and some pea to penny-sized hail. Storm is moving to the southeast at 25 miles an hour, so Grayson County would be next in line for this. This will likely stay east of Russell County, east of Washington County in Virginia. But again, Tazewell County, the storm's pushing into Smith County as well. We'll be watching this very closely. Western Wythe County, western Bland County, also within this severe thunderstorm warning, just outside of the First Warning Tri-Cities viewing area. Let's go back to our Doppler radar imagery. You kind of zoom in on this storm, and then let's see if a new velocity scan. No, we'll come back to velocity in a minute, but this is our current radar. About to see some very heavy rain, potential for some small hail, gusty winds pushing into the Marion area. If you are in Marion, Virginia, you want to be seeking shelter indoors. Just a lot of lightning, a lot of wind, a lot of heavy rain within this thunderstorm here. So we kind of have a little bit of a bowing structure within this, so we're watching it very closely. And then we have this little bit right here of some wind. And if I pull up the rotation tracker, we're just going to see if anything shows up. There's really not a lot of shear right now. But our velocity imagery showing this area of strong wind. That's basically all it is. The rotation basically has vanished, but some strong wind pushing into Smith County, Virginia. Again, the Marion area is next. So if you are in Marion, you got some strong gusty winds. The Weather Service warning potential 60-mile-an-hour winds as it pushes off to the south and east here. And this line of thunderstorms kind of just bows out here and pushes through Smith County. So that is what we are watching for. And I'm going to zoom back out to that DMA view. The warnings are going to go off here in just a moment. And we are just going to show you the most of the area from the Kentucky-Virginia line off to the east is in this level 2 out of 5 risk of strong to severe thunderstorms today. It includes our entire area with the exception of good part of eastern Kentucky is in the level 1 marginal risk. Most of the rest of us in a level 2 out of 5 risk of severe weather. Slowly but surely, models have kind of started getting on board with this. So we have the round of storms that is moving through now, but we also think that some more storms will develop. We got a cold front. It's going to dive in from the north. It's across Ohio, northern Kentucky, parts of West Virginia right now. A lot of the area has seen some clearing today. Not everyone has seen the rain. So we think as it does push south, there are some storms, we don't know how widespread there will be, but some storms will potentially form along the front. Those would be more scattered, possibly supercell structure thunderstorms, and could produce some damaging winds, some hail, and yes, there is the potential from the SPC. They have put the area in a low-end risk of an isolated tornado, basically areas from the Kentucky-Virginia line east. Now, I generally agree with that. Probably southwest Virginia, northeast Tennessee, western North Carolina, the areas, if we see an isolated tornado, the risk a little lower over here in Kentucky. Not totally zero, but a little lower. So as we zoom back here to our current radar view, just to kind of give you an update on what's going on, and we zoom in here to this thunderstorm here, we got a lot of lightning, heavy rain, and potential for gusty winds pushing into the Smith County, Marion area. So if you're in Marion, you want to be indoors. Got a very intense storm moving into your area here as it does dive off to the south and to the east. So we're watching these storms very closely as they push south and east here into the Marion area. And just looking to see real quick, just to make sure, just checking, any rotation is very broad at this point, and nothing imminent there. But if I just real quick turn on the storm relative velocity, yeah, we're seeing not a lot in the way of rotation. This is mainly just damaging thunderstorm straight line winds, potentially 50 to 60, maybe 65 miles an hour in the strongest parts here. So we're watching it closely. Let's go back to the radar. This is what we're seeing kind of draped across here. A good part of eastern Smith County goes back into Tazewell County, but it is pushing off and to the east, and that is where we're watching the potential of some severe weather concerns here. And again, also in Tazewell County, there is a flood advisory. That flood advisory until 2 p.m. for Tazewell County, for basically between Tazewell, Richlands, up to Jewel Ridge there. That's where that flood advisory is in place. But we keep this severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-an-hour winds, the potential for some small hail for Bland County into Smith County, Tazewell County, Wythe County here until 11:45 a.m. this morning. That's how long this warning goes for. You see the alerts there scrolling at the bottom of your screen. So we're going to continue to watch this storm. Again, could have some small hail and potential. It could have some gusty winds within it as well. If I click on here and then go to that, yes, we're still seeing the potential of 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gust as the storm pushes through and into Smith County. So again, here we are going to continue to watch these as they do push off to the south and east. A lot of lightning, gusty winds, heavy rainfall, but right now any rotation has weakened, no tornado threat. So that is the good news. Let's get you to the weather headlines for the day. Here, just so we can get to that, let's go here and here. So we do have the strong storms possible, isolated severe, kind of like what we're seeing right now, possible from now until around noon, maybe a little longer, and then the cold front pushes through between 2 and 8 p.m. That's where we could see some scattered severe thunderstorm alerts as it does push through. We'll watch it closely and see here if we do. Let me switch that to that. There we go, since we're in severe weather coverage. And so storms could be between 2 and 8 p.m. Some of those a low to medium severe risk. Could have some damaging winds. Some hail is possible. Maybe an isolated tornado or two in the region as well. You just want to stick here for updates. Now we do want to let you know there may be a lack of live stream coverage during that evening round just due to our evening work schedules. There will be plenty of updates being posted right here on First Warn Tri-Cities, but some of our live coverage may not be on as much. So we might not have a lot of live coverage. Even if there's a tornado warning, we're going to do our best, but no guarantees. But we will definitely have update after update after update getting posted here in the event of severe weather. So again, the storm here in Smith County continues to dive off to the south and east. Marion, Sugar Grove, areas from Chilhowie off to the east going to get impacted by this. We have some strong gusty winds, the potential as well for some heavy rain and frequent lightning. Wind gusts between 50 to 60 mile an hour possible in spots, not widespread, but in spots those winds will come down to the surface and potentially reach severe criteria at the surface. For now, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and go off the air. We're going to come back if need be. New warnings are issued. If the storm starts to get rotation back, anything like that, we're going to come back on the air. For now, we're going to sign off, but we thank you for watching First Warn Tri-Cities live severe weather coverage. We'll be back if conditions warrant. I'm First Warn Tri-Cities Chief Forecaster Skylar Royal.